everybody! Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these adorable Narutomaki keychains, which you may also know as fish cakes. You can see that I decorated mine with a golden star, an adorable pink tassel, and a nice big pom-pom to accent the fish cake. I will link everything I used below in the description just in case you want to make some of these for yourself. Today we're going to be using pink and white milk cotton. This is equivalent of DK or fingering. A 3mm hook. Some golden rings to join your charms. Your darning needle. Some golden stars. And this lobster clasp that I found on Amazon, and please do make sure that it has the key ring and this little thing right here so you can connect your charms. I found this big pom-pom that took maybe 2 weeks to get shipped here, so be warned about that, and some cute pink tassels. And of course, I used shears instead of scissors because that's who I am. So to get started, we're going to be making a magic ring. Go under the first loop, pick up the second, and chain one, and feel free to slow that down if you need to see it again. I unwrap my tail just to make it a bit easier to pull it tight once we're done working into it. We're going to single crochet 8 into this magic ring. Once we are done, we are going to pull that tail nice and tight. Place a marker here if you need it, but I personally don't for the first row. We're going to start in the first single crochet and place an increase. We will now do 7 more increases for a total of 8 increases, which is also 1 increase for every stitch. This is the point where I suggest using the tail as a place marker. That way you don't have a huge stitch marker in the way. You're going to single crochet 1, and then we are going to increase. Single crochet 1 and increase. And we will repeat this all the way until the end. At this point, you should be ending on your increase. Move your marker up, and at this point we are going to stagger our increases to keep our round shape round. 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 2 single crochet in the next, and now our repeat will start. It will be 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and then your increase. So 2 single crochet and increase all the way until the last stitch. So here we are at our last 2 stitches. There will be an increase, and then your last stitch will be a single crochet. place your marker up to the next row, and now I don't know what that was. Now we will be placing 3 single crochet and then your increase, and this will be worked all the way around until we are back at the marker. Now that we are done, we are going to end this off with a slip stitch. You can see how staggering those increases really made a difference in helping to keep this shape round. I'm going to cut my tail, but not too long. We won't be weaving these in, we are just going to tie knots and shove it inside between the 2 pieces we're going to be making. I will, however, be tying a knot in the starting tail just to make sure it doesn't loosen up or start to unravel. I am now going to grab my pink yarn and we're going to start off by making a slip knot. You are going to go around 2 stitches up from where that little crease is, so 1, 2. And shove your hook through and then put your slip knot on your hook. You are then going to pull it through, but make sure your slip knot does not tighten on you. And you are going to push into the space of the next stitch and slip stitch that all the way up. You are going to do this all the way around the spiral, and I will show you where I prefer to stop, but you are welcome to stop your spiral anywhere you'd like. So I like to end mine a little bit close to where the tail is from the tie off, and then I put my hook 1 stitch in the next space and pull it through. So now you have that cute little pink detail, and I just tie together all of these tails on the back. And as I said, once we sew the 2 pieces together, I'm going to shove it inside of there so we have minimal sewing on our project. You are going to repeat this 1 more time, but when you reach the end of the white part, do not cut your tail, and I will take you from there. So here I am at the end of the second white round. This time I'm going to be keeping the tail connected, but I'm going to pull my loop out just a little bit so I don't accidentally unravel everything. Here I'm just tying together 2 tail ends. I had to cut my yarn and get rid of a little dirty section, so this part is not something that you need to worry about. So just like the first one, make sure you tie a knot on that starting tail. That way your work does not unravel. So now that this white round is prepared, we are going to go ahead and grab our pink yarn. Just like before, we're going to start with a slip knot. We are going to insert our hook 2 spaces away from the crease. If I can get it to focus. 1, 2. Push your hook through. Put your slip knot on and do not tighten it all of the way. And then we are going to pull that loop part up to the front of our work. Insert our hook into the next space and slip stitch it up and through. Next space, slip stitch up and through, just as we had done with the first one. So here I am going to pull the pink through the next space, and I'm going to move my initial loop out of the way, and we are going to tie all the loose tails together. Make sure you don't tie the first few knots too tightly because you don't want to warp the shape of your work. I'm cutting my tail here just to add a little less bulk, or I should say take away a little bulk from what the charm will be like. Here you can just see both of our completed pieces, and the spiral on the back is pretty cute in itself. So at this point, we are going to be holding our 2 pieces together. We're going to be putting the wrong sides facing each other, and we are going to make sure the one that still has the working yarn attached in the front. So pick up your loop back on your hook. And we are just going to go through the next stitch through both of our pieces. So into the next stitch on the first one, and then we're gonna go, if it will focus, into the very last stitch we made on the first round. So we're just gonna pop our needle into there as well. And we are going to join with a slip stitch, chain 1, and then we are going to single crochet into that same space through both pieces. We are going to half double crochet increase into the second stitch. Again, make sure you're going through both of your pieces. We are going to single crochet in the next stitch, and then we are going to chain 1 and slip stitch down into that same stitch. You are then going to be slip stitching into the next stitch, slip stitching into the next stitch, and then you're going to chain 1 and your repeat starts. Single crochet, half double crochet increase, single crochet, chain 1, slip stitch into the same space as that single crochet, this is what it should be looking like so far. Then slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. The repeat one more time is chain 1 and single crochet into that same space, half double crochet increase into the next space, single crochet into the next space, chain 1 and slip stitch into the same space as the single crochet, and then your 2 slip stitches. And you will repeat this all the way until there are 3 or 4 stitches left. Don't forget to tuck in your tails before you completely seal off the middle of these 2 pieces. So now that we have 3 to 4 stitches left, we're going to be chaining 8. And then we are going to be slip stitching into the very last stitches available, and that gap there of unworked stitches should not matter because it is so small. Cut your yarn and get it out the way. So this is the loop that you're going to be using to put this onto the keyring. The only end we have to weave in is the one we just cut. So thread your end into your needle. This is the method I use to thread mine. I'm just going to wrap my tail around a little bit to make the end of this loop a little bit more durable. That way it doesn't just pop off. The method I use for sewing in my ends is to simply go under a few loops. A few more than that. And then I skip the last loop that I went through and then go back through all of the rest. And I will repeat this up to 3 times to make sure that these ends are not going to be coming out. So now that the Narutomaki is done, the only thing left to do is assemble the keychains. I recommend you find some jewelry pliers just to make working with those metal rings a little bit easier. So this is what we're going for, and as you can see, I put my tassel behind my gold star just so that gold star can sit in the front of the tassel and not be as hidden. And you can see that my fish cake was to the right of the pom-pom. So I prefer the key rings that already come on these lobster clasps. They're a very nice size and they seem to have more quality. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this keyring off, and I am going to stash it away somewhere else to use on a different project. I'm going to add my pom-pom onto this keyring. You can see that it comes with a little chain on it, so I just slide that on there. Now I'm just going to add my fish cake, but I'm going to make sure it's facing forward and stay to the right of my pom-pom. So you're just going to kind of find where you can slide this on without moving your work. That way you can make sure that it is going to go on in the correct position. I like to make sure that my lobster clasp opening faces to my left when I'm doing all of this, and that is how I orientate all of my pieces. Next, you're going to need 2 of these rings, one for the gold star and one for your little tassel. Here I'm just using the needle nose pliers to hold on to that ring for me. See there? And I'm going to hook this onto whatever that piece is called. And I'm going to use my other pliers to just help me close that ring, because the rings I'm using are pretty strong. And I don't remember if these rings were included with the lobster clasps or maybe the gold stars. I'm not totally sure, but one of these items I bought came with the rings. Next, I'm going to grab my gold star. This is pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to keep picking up your ring and then putting your charm onto it. And I'm very sorry, my camera doesn't seem to want to focus on anything close to it. It just wants to look at my background. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull it close to my face since you wouldn't be able to see it. Make sure the clasp opening is facing to the left and that this is hanging down in center. I'm going to move my tassel out the way, and I'm going to put my star to the left of the tassel. So I'm just going to pop it on. Alright, and this is our completed keychain. Super cute, little details, large details, but at the same time it is still so simple and easy to make. The ones I've made previously, I used an off-white color yarn, which I recently ran out of, but I am waiting for more to come in the mail because I do plan to sell these over on my shop. If you liked the video, please leave a like so other people can find me. If you want more content, feel free to subscribe, or you can follow me on Instagram or Pinterest, or even buy crochet patterns from my shop at thedearestofthings.com. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye!